We are back here at the WSOP School of Poker, and boy, I'll tell you what, if you don't know who this guy is by now, you have been living under a poker rock. Brian Rast is with us. Brian, how are you?
Good, Mark. Thanks. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Hanging in there. Enjoying the ambiance of a terrific clinic so far with your good buddy Antonio.
Has he been doing a good job? I kind of missed this morning.
I don't know. I mean, you do a pretty good job too. It's kind of a pretty high bar to set.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. But, I'd like to think it's synergy, not competition, at least as far as teaching poker goes. But, yeah.
So tell everybody a little bit about what you're going to be doing here today.
I just stopped by to see what's going on. I have a Aria 25K, one of these one-day high rollers that starts at 2, and I'm going to go sign up on time because when you sign up on time, you don't have to pay the 1,000 rake, at least on the first buy-in.
There you go.
But I thought I'd come by here and do an interview, see what's going on. I was hoping to check out Antonio in the action for a little bit, but I guess the timing just wasn't right because it's a break right now. But yeah, so just wanted to stop by for like half an hour before going to play.
You guys have been friends for a long time. What sets Antonio apart from everybody else?
So I would say Antonio is, as far as people like I've met in the poker world, one of the best like people person. For years he's always been good at like meeting people, making good first impression. I think I've read a book about it's like he's kind of like a network node of sorts. Like there's certain people that just like they're almost always like extroverted people who he just like starts and maintains relationships. Whereas like for me, it's a struggle to keep up with like good friends and stuff because I'm just not the type of person who it's like very natural for me to like maintain communication with like many people, especially when it's been a long time. Where Antonio does that with like friends, acquaintances, everyone, and has a way of like making people feel welcome and creating events to do stuff. And all of a sudden Antonio is just the type of person who it's like seems like he knows like 1,000 people like pretty well. And like that is a very like unique and interesting like ability, and I mean I've actually even read a couple books. Like there's just like a couple people, and everyone knows like one or two usually of like these network node type of people who like this is a person who like has a couple thousand contacts in his phone and like seems to be friends with like hundreds of people, and that's just kind of Antonio. And so for me it's just been really interesting being his friend and seeing some of that, because it's a pretty sharp contrast to like kind of who I am more as a person, but I can appreciate some of the differences and some of what goes into making him, and it's like interesting and cool. So I mean that's really probably like the biggest thing. Like, wow, what makes Antonio, I'd say.
Well, and of course everybody's getting to know you now with all the success you've had recently. Not that you haven't been doing well for a long time, but especially the last couple of years have been fantastic for you. How do you keep building on that?
I mean, I'd like to think that poker was just something that from the very beginning, luckily, like fit with me. Like it was just a natural passion and drive, and it just fit with like my skill set of abilities that I had as a person. But then beyond that, like, I mean, that's probably true for a lot of people. So like, why has it continued? I think it's because of some of that passion and drive. Like I continue to work on my game, like even still. And while I'm not like studying or working year round, I find little ways to do it. Like whether it's teaching people poker here at the WSOP School of Poker, or talking with friends about like the new, as I learned and got better at the mixed games, or talking about hands, or now, I mean, with the thing about poker is I think maybe if you go back 20 or 30 years, it was probably true that once you got to be really good and you had a certain level of experience and skill, the game was very static. Like, I don't really think the best players 30, 40 years ago were like really getting much better. Whereas nowadays with the advent of like, not just like training, which helps it trickle down more to the poker community, but even at the very top, like with advanced computing power and programs like PO Solver and stuff that are like working on the game on a GTO level, at least for No Limit Hold'em, and the ability to run simulations and like, actually find out the mathematically best way to play hands. I think that at the very top, the game is continuing to evolve. And I mean, while admittedly there's like more that I could probably be doing, I think that I'm cognizant enough to recognize this situation and I'm doing something. And I think like the fact that I'm continuing to work and like talk with people, combined with the fact that, you know, I do have many years of experience and stuff already, about how to play and how to approach situations and how to gamble. I think that's, you know, some good luck too, obviously in some big spots, where I've done well in like big tournaments. But all that combined, I think, has pretty much explains my success. So it's a mix of hard work, you know, the experience I've built up, and, you know, some timely good luck in big spots.
And of course, you're bringing it here to the WSOP School of Poker,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah. You know, I think that Vegas is a really good spot to have something like this. You know, right now we mostly just do events like this that are, you know, once in a while. But I think there's enough people that play poker that would want to go talk with pros and work on their game. Like, because I run into people all the time, like randomly. I mean, yesterday I went to like a yoga studio where I, you know, go do some hot yoga once in a while. And like the owner started talking to me about poker. And it was like, wow, I'd really like to learn. And, you know, for most people, hiring somebody like me to like teach them in a one-on-one just like doesn't make sense, because for the value of my time, like in a one-on-one situation, I just charge too much, you know. But in something like this where, you know, I go and it's not on a one-on-one basis, but people do get like one-on-one attention when they ask questions or a hand comes up that they've played or whatever. You know, you can come and for a lot less just like get instruction from, you know, a good pro like me or like one of the other guys on our team who cares and wants to help out. Because I mean, part of the reason why I do this too is that I think it's fun to talk poker. You know, I'm in many ways I'm what would be classified as a nerd, and it's not just with poker, it's with like science and a whole bunch of other topics where like I like learning, I like talking to people about stuff that I've learned, and I think it's interesting. And poker is very much that way, and it's a cool experience to see people who are you know, much earlier in their like journey of like poker understanding, and see them make breakthroughs. Like it's fun, which is, you know, part of the reason why I do this class and and stuff. So there is value to me, you know, beyond just, oh, I like maybe like get paid or whatever. But yeah.
Well, the WSOP School of Poker, very lucky to have a guy like Brian Rast involved. Brian, best of luck, and go win another big tournament over there. I mean, it's what you do.
Well, I hope so. If I stop doing it, then it'll be hard to keep playing tournaments, right? But, you know, yeah, tournaments are just fun because of that. It's fun to have like an intense competition thing with the changing value of chips. And it's like part of the reason, like you asked about my success, is that like I view poker as a puzzle. And I like puzzles. I like thinking. I like challenging my brain. And, you know, I respect the opponents that I play with and their ability to lay complicated puzzles at my doorstep. And that's exactly how I view it. And I go in and just try to challenge myself every day to beat them. And I have confidence that I can when I'm focused and playing good. But, you know, like when I'm on autopilot and not respecting my opponents, not so much. But that's, you know, part of the enjoyment of poker is pushing yourself in a competitive environment to try to achieve the most that you can. So
sounds great. Brian, thanks for stopping over. Do appreciate it, buddy. Good to see you again.
yeah, thank you.
Got it.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. So what do you want me to do again? Just say yeah.
WSOP School of Poker. Take your game to the next level, or be there.
So just say like a little quip.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay. Where's this going to be used? Just like.
We're going to use it somewhere down the road.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Yeah, sure. All right. I thought it would have. So I just, it's recording? Okay. Hi, this is Brian Rast at the WSOP School of Poker. Come challenge yourself to get better and work on your game. Just do like a couple different ones, maybe. Yeah. Hi, this is Brian Rast at the WSOP. Hi, this is Brian Rast at the WSOP School of Poker. Let's make poker fun and learn how to play better. Hi, this is Brian Rast at the WSOP School of Poker. Come get instruction from some of the top pros and work on your game. Hi, this is Brian Rast at the WSOP School of Poker. Come work on your game in a friendly environment with some of the top pros. All right.